Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
Millionaires are being made all season long at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week. So you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on your way to winning huge cash. This season, one listener turned $10 into $5,000. Another turned $2 into $10,000. And a new millionaire has been crowned nearly every week this season at DraftKings.com. You could be next. Imagine winning $1 million in one day just playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Head to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Enter Spreaker now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com. And it's the first one of the new year, kids. That doesn't mean we're going to get any better. That just means we've made a resolution to try. It's 87 Sports Fans Live. Keith Grieve and Steve Taylor here. Welcome, Mr. Taylor.
It is great to be back, my friend. I have missed this show more than I could even tell you.
And even when you
it's time to get back onto the horse.
When you open up with the song from the opening sequence of Guardians of the Galaxy, it just makes it that much better.
You know, and I saw you had posted something about the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. That was you, correct?
Yes, it was.
Great soundtrack. And I was thinking about this the other day because I got it digitally also. I think it was only like $3.99. I got it on Google Play. It was something crazy like that. And the great thing about that soundtrack is so many younger kids get to hear these wonderful songs. I mean, they're great songs. That most never have heard.
And if they watch the movie, they have no idea what they're playing it on.
Exactly. I love that movie so much.
Yeah. You know what I think I liked the most about it was the fact that it didn't take itself seriously at all.
Oh, not at all.
It was the best. It was a comic book
movie.
When
you have Rocket Raccoon and a large tree named Groot, I mean, come on. You can't really take yourself too serious with that.
Well, and, you know, with me having kids that have thoroughly watched the Lego movie, having the voice of Emmett constantly through the movie, it just made me chuckle.
That's right, Keith.
Which, I don't care. Whether you're an adult or a child, that movie is phenomenal. But
I just watched it. I watched it again today, actually. I had a day off today. I watched the Lego movie. It was really good.
So, hello, folks. This is 87 Sports Fans Live, the official radio show of 87sportsfans.com. You can catch us every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time right here on latenightsportsradio.com. If you would like to call in and break the monotony, the phone number is 585-633-7487, 585-633-7487. Call in at any time.
Please call. I'm a little rusty. I could use a little support from our listeners.
And whatever you do, folks, if you choose to call, do not jinx Ohio State because Steven will get angry.
I'm not going to get angry. I honestly, this team, even if somehow Oregon comes back to win this game, the season Ohio State was able to put together with the quarterback injuries that they've had is amazing. I mean, they're in the national championship game with their third-string quarterback, as of right now, beating the Oregon Ducks by 11 points. That's just unbelievable. I mean, that shows you how great a coach Urban Meyer truly is.
Well, and you want to know how unique this Ohio State team is? Even I have to respect them.
Yeah.
And I hate Ohio State.
And they've earned a lot of. I mean, you only hate Ohio State because of all those years I beat you in the college football game.
No, I hate them for Jim Tressel. That man was more corrupt than a 1920s politician.
Yes, but I mean, how many teams? Every team has, especially in college, every team has corrupt coaches. It's just nice to see, Ohio State.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, it's nice to see them get back. They're one of the best teams in history. They're like what our Bears are going through right now was what Ohio State went through the last few seasons. You have this great storied franchise that has just seen awful times. And then Urban Meyer came to the team, and in 3 seasons they lost 1 game? That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Absolute craziness. So I'm happy for him. I couldn't be happier. And even if it wasn't the fact that I like Ohio State as far as just being the team that I like to follow in college, I still would respect the fact that, they had a lot of naysayers, especially going into the playoffs. And what do? First game in the playoffs is whoop, Alabama, which everyone thought Ohio State was going to get toasted by them. And now they're going in against a very, very good Duck team, and they're laying it to them in the first half right now.
If Oregon didn't beat Florida State as bad as they did in the Rose Bowl, I would be wondering if they even belonged in this game based on this right now. What I'm looking at, Ohio State is a team, and you could say what you want about expectations or whatnot, but in the preseason, no one expected them to do what they're doing right now, to be where they are. And then once they lost their first quarterback, and then their second quarterback, and now, let's start. Is Cardell a true freshman? That I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't believe he is.
Either way, he's young. Okay. Yeah, regardless whether he's true or a redshirt, he's young. So everyone wrote them off. Now here they are in the national championship game, beating Alabama, toasting Alabama. And now they're here, and they're making Marcus Mariota, the Heisman Trophy winner, the all-world quarterback on the all-world offense, look very pedestrian and only scoring 10 points in the first half.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of this goes to, I think football of any sport, both college and pros, a lot rides on the coach. You watch basketball, I mean, you can say for college basketball, a lot goes with the coach. Pros, not really. I mean, it's a players' league. Same, I don't watch hockey, so I can't really say with that. But to me, football is, a lot of it rides on the coach. How they coach a game, how they make adjustments, the plays, everything. And to me, I think that's what this game is coming down to right now. I mean, you have one of the greatest coaches, in my opinion, in the history of college football, in Ohio State. And, Urban Meyer has proven himself on the biggest level in the SEC, where everyone was all gangbusters about. And so I'm not surprised that he's been able to get Ohio State to this form that they're at.
You can't say anything about the job Meyer has done, because it's been an overnight turnaround. They were mired in mediocrity, and then and then all of a sudden he comes in, flips a switch, and now he's in the national championship game. Might win the national championship game with a third string quarterback.
Yeah,
and they are playing defense. I mean, they are hitting, they are tackling well, and Oregon's got nothing. But what's really making a difference to me anyway, watching this game, and whether or not you want to say Ohio State is a justified participant, they had 2 possessions where they were basically in their own end zone and ended up scoring touchdowns on them. 2 drives started from their own end zone. They had a 3rd and 8 from their end zone that they converted. Bad teams that are lucky, for lack of a better term, aren't able to do that.
Yeah.
And they are totally manhandling Oregon's offense right now.
Yeah.
You've got no choice but to tip your cap to them.
And Cardell Jones is not a true freshman. He played, he had a couple snaps last season.
Okay.
No, I honestly, I love hearing, and mind you, it has reduced greatly because of the whole fact that we are now doing this playoff. But anyone that says that Ohio State doesn't belong there, which I've heard, I've heard people saying that, Baylor and TCU kind of got hosed. Ohio State and Oregon, if it wasn't for the playoff, wouldn't even be in this championship game. It would be Florida State and Alabama. This playoff has proven the fact that the old BCS system was just crap. And one of the main reasons is a lot of these college teams do get better over the season. So where you have a team like Ohio State that lost early in the season, and then they picked up steam and they were winning and they were playing the best football at the end of the year. And that's the great thing about the playoffs. I mean, you could even look at the NFL where this past postseason, you had a team like the Panthers, who were playing awful, started playing better in the season, and then actually played well. And not great, but they were playing well enough to get into the playoffs and making it past the first round. So to me, all the naysayers, they just need to shut up, because Ohio State has not only proven they belong in this game by winning enough games in the regular season to warrant it, but then also taking out Alabama, which everyone still crowns as the best team in the country. And then, like you said, right now they're kind of giving it to Oregon, which is also considered one of the best teams because they have the Heisman Trophy winner and, probably first pick in the draft this year, Marcus Mariota, who is a great quarterback. So to me, this is just icing on the cake for all of the garbage that I've taken for being an Ohio State fan over the years, and everyone kind of making them a joke, saying, "Oh, well, just because they go undefeated, they're still garbage because they don't play in the SEC or they play a weak schedule." Well, now they're proving their true grit.
Okay, so now I can't talk about this game and these two teams. By the way, if you're listening, 585-633-7487 to join the conversation. 585-633-7487. Can't talk about these two teams, these participants, without bringing up the Darren Carrington story.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he had like 70-something catches this season. He's a wide receiver for Oregon, in case you don't know the story, folks. And before this game, he fails an NCAA drug test. And so therefore he's ineligible for this game. And because it's not an Oregon test that he failed, it's a NCAA test, the penalties could extend into next year. So my question, and I'm not trying to invent debate, not create a false opinion to try to drive some kind of phony debate. I honestly don't know what I would do if I was in charge. If I was the head of a program like this, and we're in the national championship, and one of my star quarterbacks' targets can't keep himself clean long enough to play in the national championship game, I think I'd dismiss him from the team.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I would dismiss him from the team as much as I would definitely suspend him, minimum, for first half of the season, maybe next year.
He's going to be suspended. I don't know if I want him around. I don't know if I could look at him.
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. How many of these
especially if they
players
lose this game
would pop positive in tests like that?
But they're not.
Probably quite a few.
Carrington's not the only one that was tested, I'm sure.
Well, then do you also have to look at the coaching staff then? Because how is he getting by with this without the coaching staff noticing and being put under the spotlight a little bit?
Well, I mean, if he goes to a party after their bowl game and smokes a joint, and they do a hair test, he's going to test positive.
He is?
Yeah.
But once again, when you're leading up to, I mean, because if he had a positive test, then it had to be somewhat recently. So
if they took a hair test, I guess I don't know what kind of test they did. We may be arguing semantics here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. To me, it just seems like there's got to be some repercussions because he's a kid. He's still a kid. And he's going to do stupid stuff. And it's up to the coaching staff, especially in a big situation like this, to make sure their players are staying out of trouble, staying away from parties, doing like a buddy system or something. They should be under the microscope a little more than obviously he was if he got away with this. Even if it's them sitting them all down and saying, listen, don't effing do anything stupid and really getting it into their heads. Now, mind you, if they've done all this,